Imagine waking to a world transformed, where the air is thick with warmth and the mountains stand bare, stripped of their snowy crowns. The Arctic and Antarctic wildernesses have vanished, their silence echoing the end of an era. Familiar coastlines are erased, redrawn by the relentless surge of the sea. Oceans, once restrained by ice, now claim land that was home to millions. This is not a sudden flood, but a slow, unstoppable creep, an irreversible rewriting of the planet. The loss is more than ice. It's the collapse of a vital climate system. Without the white shields at the poles, the sun's heat is trapped, accelerating the planet's warming. The world is caught in a feedback loop. Warming feeds more warming, pushing us into a volatile new state. Weather patterns unravel, ancient winds and rains are broken, replaced by chaos. Unprecedented storms rage over warmer seas. Droughts parch once fertile lands. This is not a tropical paradise, but a world of extremes, violent, unpredictable, and far more challenging for life. The equilibrium that sustained us is gone. We now face a planet remade by the loss of its ice. For millennia, Earth's vast ice stores have shaped our world and climate. The Antarctic ice sheet, a continent of ice miles thick, holds 90% of the planet's freshwater ice. In the north, the Greenland ice sheet, smaller but still immense, contains enough water to reshape coastlines if it melts. These giants are relics of the last ice age, dictating weather and feeding rivers. Mountain glaciers from the Himalayas to the Andes act as water towers for billions, releasing meltwater that sustains life downstream. Their steady flow is the lifeblood of ecosystems and civilizations. Sea ice, though it doesn't raise sea levels when it melts, is equally crucial. Its bright surface reflects solar radiation, helping keep the planet cool. The disappearance of these frozen reservoirs marks a tipping point in Earth's ability to regulate temperature. Their loss is a warning of the climate's unraveling. If all Earth's ice melted, sea levels would rise by about 66 meters, over 200 feet. This would redraw the world map, swallowing coastlines and entire nations. Island countries like the Maldives and Tuvalu would vanish, their cultures lost beneath the waves. Low-lying regions, Bangladesh, the Netherlands, Florida, would be submerged. Major cities, London, New York, Shanghai, Mumbai, would become underwater ruins. The economic and cultural loss would be incalculable. The transformation wouldn't be uniform. Local sea levels would vary as land rebounds where ice once pressed it down. Some regions would see even greater flooding, while others might experience slight drops. The new coastline would be a shifting frontier shaped by powerful interconnected forces. Humanity's achievements surrendered to the rising tide would become relics beneath the sea. The world as we know it would be drowned. Our legacy would be rewritten by water. Over 1 billion people live in coastal regions. Nearly all would be forced to flee. This would trigger the largest migration in human history, overwhelming resources and igniting conflict. Cities, infrastructure and economies would be lost overnight. Inland, refugees would strain food, water and space, fueling competition and unrest. Borders would become flashpoints, nations would fracture under the pressure. The loss of fertile land and capital cities would challenge the very existence of some countries. Statelessness and political chaos would follow as the world's map is redrawn by the sea. The global order would shatter, leaving humanity to adapt in a crowded, unstable world. The loss of ice destroys the planet's natural mirror, the albedo effect. White ice reflects sunlight, dark water and land absorb it, trapping heat and accelerating warming. This feedback loop destabilizes weather, weakening the jet stream and causing extreme persistent heat waves, droughts and floods. Oceans, supercharged with heat, spawn storms of unprecedented power, mega hurricanes and typhoons that devastate coastlines. The combination of higher seas and stronger storms is catastrophic for any remaining coastal communities. Massive influxes of cold, fresh meltwater disrupt ocean currents, like the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation. This could plunge Europe into a colder climate, even as the rest of the world heats up. The consequences are complex and far-reaching, often defying intuition. The stable climate that nurtured civilization would be gone. We would face a world of climate chaos. For many species, ice is life itself. Polar bears, dependent on sea ice to hunt, would face extinction. Emperor and Adelie penguins, needing stable ice to breed, would lose their nurseries and vanish. Beneath the ice, algae form the base of the polar food web. Without it, krill, fish, seals and whales would disappear. The collapse would ripple through the oceans, leaving them less productive and less diverse. On land, the loss of glaciers would end the steady flow of rivers, devastating freshwater ecosystems and agriculture. Rivers would flood in wet seasons, then dry up, destroying fisheries and farmland. Billions would struggle for water, a resource more precious than gold. The extinction crisis would accelerate as habitats vanish and food webs collapse. The world's biodiversity would be pushed to the brink. Life, as we know it, would be forever changed. The total melting of Earth's ice would take thousands of years, but the thaw has already begun. Glaciers are retreating at record speed. Greenland and West Antarctica are losing ice at alarming rates. Sea levels are rising, flooding coasts and warning us of what's to come. The future is not set, but the window to act is closing. The choices we make now, how quickly we cut emissions and shift to sustainability, will decide how much ice is lost. Every fraction of a degree matters. Every glacier saved is a victory. We cannot stop all change, but we can slow it, avoiding the worst outcomes. The planet's message is clear: act now or face a world transformed by water. We stand at a crossroads with the power to protect what remains or to lose it all. The fate of Earth's frozen wonders and our own future is in our hands.